windows wagging bright. We're chasing dreams under the stars at night. Husband and wife, we're a trucking team. Through the ups and downs, we're living the dream. From coast to coast, we deliver the load. Together we ride on this winding road.
I quit, so let's talk about it. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to J Squared Expediting. So, as you can see, we emptied out the truck. There's no more, nothing. All the cabinets are empty. All our stuff's off the dash, other than our dash cam cord there, because when I got the windshield replaced, they that's LED lights you see flickering. Windshield replaced, they accidentally glued it into the windshield, so we're going to leave that behind. But if you've seen the short that I put up and then by the title of this video, we quit. It's kind of a interesting situation. My wife and I, when we make a decision that we want to do something, mainly when I make a decision that I want to do something, we kind of jump at it. So let's talk about why we quit. We'll talk about it. There's the wife, by the way. She's here. Hi. So yes, we quit. Yes, we are leaving the fleet owner we worked for. So in October, it was a little over a year. I got a wild hair. Back 15 years ago, I leased a truck and I failed at it. And I swore up and down I'd never try it again. Well, I hit 40 years old and decided I wanted to try it again. So what we did was, the current fleet owner we were working with, we left there and we went to the fleet owner that we are working with now. Well, not anymore. We quit, but that we were working with. And we leased the truck that you've seen us in. We were leasing to own it. We were going to buy it. And it was going okay, but there's a couple things along the line that pretty much in my mind he struck out, right? So he made a few errors with our pay. That was the first one. The second one was, for me, was we had just put tires on this truck because we were paying for all the maintenance ourselves. We had just bought tires for the truck and the DEF pump went out like, what, a month later? A week later? Something like that?
Yeah, around that point.
And I called for help because he said, hey, if you ever need anything, call it. Remember, the whole time he's like, hey, if you ever need anything, call me. I'll help you. I'll help you if you need anything. So I called him. I said, hey, man, we need a hand. You can take it out of our pay. We understand that. But we need help with the DEF pump. After the work was done, we called him. He never answered. We called him about 20 times. Not all at once, but like different times of the day, night. Called him, tried to call him. It was about 10, 11 o'clock was the last time I called him. I waited till morning, tried to call him back again.
No.
He didn't answer. So I called in a couple favors. We got the thing paid for. And then, I don't know, we were on the road practically to our dang delivery. And he finally texts me and says, oh, sorry, I was sleeping. It's about noon. He finally texts back. And then he's trying to backpedal. Oh, man, I'm sorry, I was sleeping, blah, blah, blah. Just tell him you didn't want to help. You know, plain and simple. Well, the final straw for me was, he called me one day and asked if we wanted to be mentors. A style of mentor for him where he'd have new drivers that were coming to him would call us for help. Anyway, so new drivers would call us and we would talk to them and help them out if they needed it and stuff like that. So we had two different teams call us. The first team called us and we helped them through. Well, come to find out, there was stuff that was wrong with their truck before they even got into it. It was never fixed. And as my thing is, as a fleet owner, if you're going to have someone lease the truck with you, it should be a good running order before the person gets it. Well, that truck wasn't a good running order. They had it less than a day, and it was derating and shutting down and leaving them stranded. So they called me asking me for help because he wouldn't answer the phone. I can't do nothing for you because it's his truck, right? You're going to have to call him. Well, some people get a little worked up more than others, so I figured that's what happened, and they got upset and they quit because he refused to get the truck fixed. Meanwhile, they call me saying that he's not paying them. He didn't pay them. He didn't give them their money. They're asking me why he's not giving them their money. I told them again, I said that I have nothing to do with that. That's not my company. It's not my thing. You're going to have to get a hold of him. Well, then another team called me, said they were going to come work for him. I talked to him a little bit. Never heard from them again. Couldn't find out they're not there anymore. He did the same thing to them. Well, now here comes the third team that called me to want it and was talking about going to work for him. Well, they were there a week.
I'm not sure.
I think about a week, and they busted their ass and didn't receive a paycheck one. Well, it was 2 weeks before they get paid, but the week they were supposed to get paid, they never got a paycheck. He said that they didn't make any money, which I find hard to believe, but that's what it is. Well, turn around, and then, so it happened again to them where their truck started messing up. The walls on their box truck, were separating from the chassis. They called him for repair, to get it repaired. He refused to repair it. Pretty much they're driving an unsafe truck. He told them, I'll go, don't worry about it, go ahead and keep driving it. They called me asking what they should do. I said, well, there's nothing I can do to help you with it. You're going to have to contact him. He told me, the husband and wife team, that he wasn't answering the phone. He told them, don't call them, call a maintenance guy. Well, that turned into a whole deal back and forth where he told them to run the truck, and they were trying to figure out a way to get it fixed. Well, the way to get it fixed is bring it to a damn trailer shop and have them reattach the walls. It's that simple. He didn't want to pay for that. So anyways, they decided they're having too much trouble with him. I talked him into still continuing to expedite, but switch companies to a much better company that had a better track record. Well, they did that, and he refused to give them their last check. Like, kept $1,300, almost $1,400 from them. They didn't have a great week, but they had an okay week. Anyways, he kept almost $1,500 from them. For me personally, because they're calling me again, asking me why he's not paying, what's going on, I don't know. But my issue is this. If you're going to have teams call me for me to help them and walk them through things, and then you don't hold your up end of the bargain of paying them and getting their truck fixed, you're going to make me look bad and make my wife look bad, because they're calling us, asking us why you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. That was the final straw for my wife and I can't work for somebody that's going to walk my name through the mud with his, especially when I didn't do anything wrong. So we left. We quit. We found another company. We actually went back to the original company that we were started with. But you know, that's a whole another thing. But the issue that I had at the end is he did the same thing to us that he was doing to them. We agreed, because we were leasing a truck, that he would be able to keep 2 weeks of pay for maintenance or whatever when he gets the truck back. He kept 3. We ran 6 loads. In totaling, our cut was well over $3,000 for one paycheck that was supposed to be. Another one would have been about $1,800. The one after that would have been a lot less, but you're looking at about $4,800 that he just decided that we didn't get. And the shitty part about it is we were in, what state were we in?
Kansas.
We were in Kansas. And I know exactly what he tried to do. He thought he was going to leave us stranded. And my wife will tell you more than anybody else, there's one thing you're never going to do, is leave me stranded anywhere. I'm going to have the money to get home. Guarantee I will get home. But what he did was he called who were contracted to and told them that I said that I was going to sabotage his truck and I was going to break his truck and all this other stuff. And I plainly explained to them is why would I sabotage a truck that I'm fixing to drive to my house to get all my stuff out of it for one, and why would I sabotage a truck that I just sunk $1,100 into? So he's got a bad track record of when you leave his company, he will trash talk you to the main company. He will try to run your name through the mud to make it look like you were the problem and you were in the wrong. And he'll blatantly lie to them to try to get your contract terminated because he throws a little baby fit, pretty much is what it boils down to. So, as of right now, we quit. We're done. We do have some things coming down the pipeline. So we need you to stick around and stick with us. I think you're really going to enjoy this next little chapter that we're going to get into. And I know the main question is going to be, did we lose money? Did we fail at leasing a truck? Well, did we lose money? Yeah, we lost money in parts and repairs that we did on the truck. But did we go broke? No. No, we made money.
Yeah.
We made quite a bit of money.
It's just we couldn't support somebody that wasn't a good person.
That's right. I'm all about helping people and helping people out, and so is my wife, and we try to be good people, But he wasn't a good person. He still is not a good person. So if anybody that works trying to get on with Panther and you're going to go drive Expedited, if you wanted to know who the fleet owner that I highly recommend you stay away from, shoot me a message or leave a comment and we'll get a hold of you and we'll put that information out there. But as of right now, we're not going to put his name out there just for the simple fact of the save face. It's not worth putting his name out there. And I'm going to tell you right now, he just got in a bunch of Expedited trucks. And I think we are the longest team that stuck with him for the year that we did. A little over a year that we did. And I don't think he's had anybody that's leased one of his trucks that stayed longer than 6 months. So he's not a very good owner, but he's good at kissing ass. So Panther keeps his name on there. So anyways, that's the story. That's what happened to us. As of right now, we are in limbo and we quit Expediting. You'll see the very first clip that we scraped the name off the truck. As you can see, the wife was in here cleaning. As soon as we get this cleaned up, we're done. So we appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for stopping back. Remember, be good to one another
And live to expedite another day.
See y'all.